Yo, what is going on? Another edition of What's Up, Flobo. Of course, it's me, Flobito Reyes. You're probably watching and wondering, why are you so late this week? I used to get up early on my Wednesday morning, get my tea, get my coffee, and hang out with you, Flobo, but you weren't there. You weren't there. Before I get to that, I just want to say thank you so much for checking out this episode and all the other episode of What's Up Flobo Canon. Learn more at youtube.com/Flobo Boys. That's me. New episodes supposedly every Wednesday. And of course, this is where we have the home of Draped in Gold, Commander's Log, other content. If we can't do without your support, support the show by becoming a member of the Boisterous Crew, patreon.com/Flobo Boys, as I said before. Other episodes, you can also buy some merch at flobito.threadless.com. So I'm a little late this week because I came back from a couple days in Las Vegas. Always cool to recharge in that town. I had grand plans of laying out by the pool and I don't know, partying with Drake or something, but it was a little bit more subdued, a little bit more chill, time to recharge the battery and still get this whole thing about working remote, right? A lot of the things I do, these podcasts, these things are remote. I'm in my room. My room has certain setups like my camera, my microphone's better quality. Still trying to work out what that looks like on the road. I have a technical limitations that I'm trying to account for. Like I have a MacBook Air. The more I realize I do more of this, the more I realize more podcasting stuff. It's just better with PCs. No one told me this. But still, being able to produce content and run the road is something I want to do eventually because if the comedy does pick up, if the LAN appearances for the esports side picks up for me and I'm being flown out, I'm traveling different places, I don't want to go dark for weeks or months at a time. So that was kind of something I kind of dealt with there. Using the onboard camera is never the ideal thing, but you know, it made it happen. And if you guys want to check that out, this week's edition of Mac Mania, the Mac Mania podcast, is available on the Ringer Wrestling Network feed, wherever you get your podcast. On Spotify, we're talking Google, we're talking whatever. So that was the episode we did this week. Now, as we get into the thick of July, it kind of hit me that we're in July. And I know I say this every couple of months. I go, oh my goodness me, the time is flying. But, you know, when I had that Wassup Flobo last week, and I was like, oh, my birth season came and went. My birth season is the halfway point of the year. I don't know about you, but it still feels like we're still in 2019, and it still feels like 2020 is the longest decade of all time. But at the same time, everyone's pretty much moved on. I am like a dwindling minority of those in masks. I feel like I was snapped out of existence. That's an Avengers reference with Thanos. Still adjusting to what's okay, what I can and can't do, what is the etiquette and all that. That didn't change being in Vegas, but I realize that's going to be a norm as well. I start to travel more because this is the way it is, the way the nature of business is. I'm still trying to figure out the mask thing. They didn't realize I knew it was political. I didn't know how political it was, going some places where you're the only person wearing it, going places where everyone's wearing it but you, forgetting it on the way to a store. Do you go back to the car? Do you say forget it? Do you say I'm good with it? All that stuff has been kind of like crazy eating at me. But as we roll into the third year of this pandemic thing, it's going to be 2026 before you know it, which begs the question: is this going to be like a trend or a fad? Are we going to tell our theoretical children there was a time we wore a mask, but we got over it? Or is it going to be part of the new norm? I don't know. To me, it's a piece of fabric that covers my face so I don't have to smile all the time. I dig it. So I'm totally fine with that. Also, on the creative side of things, even though I teased the whole traveling with comedy thing, it's been about 2 weeks since the last time I was on stage at my birthday show in Hollywood for the Hollywood Fringe Festival. People have come up to me after the fact and said, well, come up to me, DM'd me and stuff. And they're like, hey, when's the next show? I would like to go. And I get kind of cynical because a lot of my friends and colleagues have told me that over the years. And they'll say, oh, when's the next show? And then you tell them that no one will show up. And they say, oh, man, I missed your show. But when's the next show? The cycle repeats and repeats. But I figure I should be a lot more open with these gigs and these dates. Still writing new material. when I have a showcase where I am the featured talent, we're talking about 15, 20 minutes of just me. I want to be able to promote it with fresh material from a new perspective. I know some people say, why go fresh? It's been a couple of years. No one's heard the older stuff, mix it in. But I do feel like, as the point I made about the time jump or the time snap or the time warping of 2020, it'd be kind of weird for me as a performer to come out with like the old version. Like cars still come out with new editions, and shoes still come out with new editions, and fashions still come out with new editions every year. Why do I have to go back just because we took a 2-year break? I'm willing to call that break as a sign to make new stuff. And that goes to the thing about promotion, right? I felt I promote my stuff as much as I can. Sometimes I can always blame the algorithm, but a cynical person like me is going, maybe people aren't responding to my ads. So if you ever see me advertise something, whether it is my book, Graduation Day, available now on Amazon, or my next comedy show, just say, hey, I see this. Let the algorithm work for me. Just do a comment, do a like, do a share. You let the people know at Google or Facebook or YouTube that you're interested, and they can show other people that same content. Maybe you can work together to get your boy on the map. I want to be able to have a world tour at some point in my career, whether it's emceeing or whether it is comedy. So I need your help for that. And if you see an advertisement for a show and you don't make it, don't be that guy who's like, hey man, let me know what the next show is. I would love to come, because it seems disingenuous. I'm just putting it out there. But as for me, July, it's prime wedding season. Couple more of that wedding DJ stuff over at DJ Flobito, stuff going on. They're learning the mobile office thing on the Flobito brand stuff, trying to write with the comedy stuff. Things are working. It may look like I'm slowing down. It may look like I'm off the grid. It may look like I'm not putting in the work, but the grind, it never stops. So stay tuned. The best is yet to come, even though it looks like a low season, especially on that new Amsterdam channel. In fact, I was on a bit of a self-imposed hiatus, not because I didn't want to do the show. It's that all my guests decided to reschedule or bail or ghost me, and they went on vacation or something, and I had to keep the show rolling. So we did a couple of pre-recorded upcycles. We borrowed some programming content from Wassup Flobo After Hours and put that in New Amsterdam this week and next week, just to keep that fire burning. So it may look like I'm slowing down. It may look like I'm on vacation, but trust, things are moving forward. That does it for me on this edition of Wassup Flobo. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Talk to your mother. She misses you. It'd be kind of fun. But like, hey, I saw this weird vlog on YouTube. It encouraged me to give you a chat, so I'm doing it. This does it for me. I'll see you next week on What's Up, Flobo?